Guys, welcome back to my channel. I forgot to film an intro, but here are some clips of the makeup look I created, testing out high-end makeup. So if you'd like to see my first impressions, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first product is from Origins, and it is a matte moisturizer with willow herb, and it's supposed to mattify, and it can serve as a moisturizer or a primer. I tried this once, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Like, I only tried it once. I only used it as a primer. Today I'm going to use it as a moisturizer, and then I'm going to use a primer on top of it, so I'm going to give it a shot. It smells like grapefruit. It smells nice. It's like fresh. Next for primer, I have this Perfect Canvas from Ren. It's a silicone-free skin finishing serum, but it's also a primer. So it comes in this white bottle, and it has a dropper here. I'm just going to take a couple drops. It's a little bit tacky. It doesn't really smell like anything, which I prefer. I hate when products have too much fragrance in them. It's just not good for your skin. So all the makeup that smells good, I'm just like, what goes through my mind, what is in it that's making it smell like that? And this doesn't smell like anything. I don't have a new foundation to test out, but I did get a whole deck of CC Plus from It Cosmetics. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know this was my ride or die foundation for like 2 years. It's a CC cream, technically, but it has the coverage of a foundation, so I wore it as my foundation for a long time. It was like my ride or die. They just came out with a wider shade range, so they came out with a medium tan. I used to mix medium and tan together to make my perfect shade, and now they made a medium tan, which I think is great. They don't have quite a large shade range, and I know that a lot of people have issues with it, but the idea of this product is that it's supposed to adjust to your shade. So if you're a medium skin tone and it's not an exact match, the medium will adjust itself. I went to an event with It Cosmetics, and one of the people who works for it was explaining that to me, because I said that I mixed these two, and she was like, you don't need to do that. It'll adjust. So I don't know if a lot of people know that, and they complain about the shade ranges. So that's just, I don't know, an additional piece of information. I think that there should be probably more shades, and I always thought that, so I'm really glad that they are expanding it, and hopefully they will continue to do that. But I'm excited for medium tan. I am not going to use this today, only because I spent probably an entire year of using this on my channel. So I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty today, and the shade I have here is 260, and I did an entire video on this. I did a wear test, so if you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below and you can check that out. I am going to be applying it today with this silicone blender. This is actually from e.l.f., so it isn't high-end. I actually used the small one in my drugstore first impressions, which is the video right before this one, which I will also link down below. And I really liked it, but I knew I needed to kind of work with it a little bit more. So I've been working with this one pretty much for like a week, and I'm loving the coverage. It's so good. When you get it right, it works really well. So what I am going to be trying out today is this one, which is much fatter than this one. And I figured out that this one was supposed to be used more for concealer and this one for foundation. So I'm going to try this big fat one today and see how it goes. So you're supposed to just apply the foundation directly to the sponge, and you basically just swipe the foundation on, and I like to kind of move it around where I want it. So then once I have it where I want it, then you're supposed to bounce it into the skin. It's really great for just pushing the product into the skin. It really helps to fill your pores in. Okay, so I can say that I do not like this big one. It made it really difficult to apply the foundation into like areas like my hairline, I had like patches and I had to go back and fix it. Things were streaky. I missed a whole chunk right here because this thing is just too big to get into those areas. Like, it's big and fat. So I didn't like that, and it's very difficult to get into the sides of the nose. I got some on my lashes, which is so annoying. So yeah, it was really patchy and it was streaky down here, and it just, like, I can even see like I missed an area over here. I'm gonna have to fix with concealer. I really like this small one better, and I've been using this for a week, so today's my first day using the big one, and not a fan. It's too fat. If it was as thin as this one, it might be okay, but because it's so fat, no. But this one is still a yes. And I know this is a drugstore product and it doesn't belong in this video. Sorry, I digressed. Next, I have the YSL All Hours Concealer. I've used this a couple times, not sold on it. I'm gonna pull it up on Sephora just so I have like the specs on it. Okay, the shade I have is Sand. This says Sand is for medium neutral pink undertones. Does that look like it has pink undertones to you? I think that the shades suck. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Because like they have fair, fair neutral, fair medium, medium, medium deep. Medium, neutral, pink undertone is honey, and honey is dark because I have honey and it's too dark for me. So anyway, this one is borderline too dark for me, and this is Sand. And I'm sorry, you have 6 shades of concealer? 6? No. So already not a fan. This is $34. So I don't know. I just feel like there should be more shades. But I am going to try this again. The first time I tried it, it was nice. But I've mentioned on my channel a lot that pores are an issue for me. I have really big pores here. Like bigger than the average person. So covering my pores is a big deal. And I have found that concealers really make a big difference. If you have a good quality full coverage concealer, it's really going to help minimize your pores. Some concealers will draw attention to your pores and others will help hide them. And others will do nothing. It'll just be like neutral. They'll be the same. And I feel like this one, they're kind of the same. Well, the first time I used it. So this is the second time I'm using it. So we're going to give it a go. So see how the color is pretty much the same as my foundation? I mean, I guess it's okay. Pink undertones, does that look like it's pink undertones to you? Because to me, it looks golden. It is a thin, creamy formula. It's not too heavy. You can pack it on and it's not going to be cakey. So that is definitely a plus. I don't have an eye primer, so I'm just going to throw this on while we're here. And I'm going to go in with the small silicone sponge, and I'm going to press that in. I definitely have found that whatever concealer you're using, you'll get a fuller coverage with this. I definitely like the coverage with the silicone sponge better than the Beauty Blender, but another test for me whether or not I like a concealer is how the skin under my eyes behaves with it. I notice if a concealer has certain ingredients in it, and I cannot pinpoint what those ingredients are, but there are certain ingredients in concealers that make the skin underneath my eyes shrivel up and really accentuates the fine lines here. And if you noticed, I did not apply concealer under the eye. I only apply it to about here. And then I just blend it up, because the less product you have under your eyes, the less likely it is to crease. But I can see that the skin under my eyes is shriveling up right here, which means whatever the chemical is that my under eyes is sensitive to is in this concealer. So right there, that's not good. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Velvetizer powder. Still just so in love with this powder. I'm just going to press it in to set. Yeah, it's very creasy under my eyes. This skin is so shriveled. I want to get up closer to see. Maybe if I turn the lights down, you can see. Well, if you guys can see right here, like these little lines right here. Let me try turning it down more. All right, can you tell? Right here in the inner corner. So anyway, I guess the verdict on that is no. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer is so freaking amazing. It's $4, and I know I've been talking about this concealer so much, but it's $4, and it doesn't do that to my under eyes. It doesn't crease, I have no reactions, and it covers my pores flawlessly. So why would I spend $34 on a concealer just because it's from YSL when I could get a concealer for $4 that's better? Alright, so I am going to just take a little bit of this Velvetizer powder, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just lightly dust the rest of my face just to set things. Okay, next I got a package from Becca, and this is the packaging. They're so pretty. And this is their holiday collection. And this here is their Après Ski Glow Face Palette. This packaging is so ridiculous. I mean, it's beautiful. I don't want to blind you, but I mean, so gorgeous. Here's what it looks like. As Rose Quartz Highlighter, Icicle Highlighter, Winter Berry Blush, Blushed Copper Blush, Opal Highlighter, and Bronzed Bondi Bronzer. Bronzed Bondi is actually I have the full size of this, so I am actually going to use that for my bronzer today. And I love that there's this giant mirror in the package. So good. So I'm just going to pop that on to the normal areas. These bronzers are so gorgeous. I think they're called the Sunlit bronzers. I have the entire collection, and I love them. So for blush, I'm going to go into this peachy pink shade here called Winterberry. And I'm going to take one dab into Blushed Copper, which happens to be another favorite of mine. I actually have that one as well. And I'm just going to pop that right on the cheeks. These are very pigmented, so you do not need a lot. I mean, that already is too much. So I'm going to go in with the Duo Fiber and just fix that. This Rose Quartz highlighter, this one here, it is so pretty. I don't know if it is going to show up on camera, but it's so pretty. I'm going to try it, and I usually don't go for pinky tone highlights, but maybe I'll just do like one dip into Opal. Just one. So pretty. I love Becca highlights. They are my absolute favorite. So gorgeous. I love this palette, and it is so worth the money. You're getting 6 products for $54. And next we're gonna move to brows. I don't really have any new high-end brow products to try out for you, but I kind of have rediscovered this little Makeup Forever kit. It is their Pro Sculpting Brow Palette, and I've been using this on and off lately, so I figured why not. Alright, so moving on to the eyes, I have 2 palettes today. I have this one here from Becca, which is a part of that holiday collection, and it is so pretty. These shades are so gorgeous, and they are very similar to the highlighters. I don't know if you guys can tell, but all of these shades are shimmery, so it just depends, you know, Do you need this palette? Probably not. There's no transition shades, and I know a lot of people like to have complete palettes that you can do complete looks. I'm definitely a palette girl myself, but I'm definitely interested in trying these out. And then the other palette is the Pure Pro by Etienne, and it looks like this. And if you guys didn't know, Etienne Ortega is a celebrity makeup artist. And let me get the specs on this palette. This is a collaboration. And he's a celebrity hair and makeup artist, Etienne Ortega. He's renowned for his socialite and A-list clientele, which include the Kardashians, Jennas, Christina Aguilera, Nicki Minaj, to name a few. And this is his palette. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I've definitely swatched some of the shades. I have not put them yet on my eyeballs, so we're going to use a mix of this and the Becca to create a look today, because there are a lot of mattes in this palette that I can use to create a look. Does anyone else absolutely hate that it gets dark early now? Because I do. Okay, so obviously I have this eye done. I did that just so that I could play around with the products and figure out the look that I was going to create, because I really didn't know, and I thought it would kind of save time. One thing I want to say is I'm obsessed with these lashes. I really like how this eye look came out. I decided to go uber glam with it. I threw on a bunch of glitter. I did a look very different for me. So let's jump into it. The first shade I went in with was 1988, and I am using a really fluffy crease brush. This one is from Crown. It's a very old brush. I've had it a long time. And I'm just going to pop that into the crease. So next I'm going in with the same brush into the shade Popular, which has a little bit of an orange undertone to it. And I'm just going to go right over top just to warm up that color. There's a lot of pigment here. You do not need a lot. Like, this isn't like, these are not shadows that you need to build. These come out of the gate pretty pigmented, so I would be careful with how much you take on your brush. Okay, so next I'm going to go into this brown shade here called Muddy, and I'm taking a smaller, almost pencil-like brush. It's like a skinny crease brush. And I'm just going to press that into the outer V. I'm not taking it up into the crease. I'm literally just pressing it into the outer V. And I'm not swiping, I'm just pressing. And then I'm going to take a clean crease brush and I'm just going to buff that out. And then I'm just going to repeat. I'm just going to build that color up and blend it out. So next I'm going to jump over to the Becca palette, and I'm going to take a little bit of hot cocoa and rose, then dip into rose quartz. And I'm going to tap off my brush, and I'm just going to pack this section of the lid here, just about 3/4. So you definitely want more rose gold than hot cocoa. And I feel like these are not as shimmery as I wanted them to be, but I am taking this up just above my lid because I have a lid fold right here. I want you to be able to see it up higher. Now I'm just kind of going over everything with just the rose gold color. The rose gold color was just a little too light on its own, but hot cocoa was a little too dark. And these definitely you need to build up. So then I'm going to take the brush that I used for the muddy color, and I'm just going to tap it over where the two shadows meet so that they kind of fade into each other. And now for the fun part. I got a whole bunch of glitters from Urban Decay as part of their holiday collection, and there's some new colors too. And I sort of just threw them all on my eyelid. And I only did that because I wasn't really sure how these were gonna come out, because a lot of them have like a duo reflect in them. Like some of them have like flecks of green in them, you know, so I just wasn't sure. So I started out with this one here, which is called Cat Call, and it is pink with silver specks in it. And I just started by putting it all over the area of the lid that we put the rose quartz shade. And I'm bringing it up as well, right up to there. And I'm stopping right where the dark shadow starts. The great thing about these glitters is if you just want a teeny tiny bit of glitter, you can just stop there and see how much more subtle that is than this side where I piled it on. So what you want to do is you want to let the first layer dry, because if you don't, you're just going to be moving glitter around, trying to pile glitter over glitter. So you want to kind of let it sit for a second and then apply your next coat. Alright, so the next color I put on was called Grind, and it is a baby pink, and it has kind of like green, blue, and purple glitter specks in it. And I only put this on just because I wanted to see what it would look like, and I'm just repeating the exact same steps as I did on the side just so that they match. But you don't have to put all this many different glitters on your lid. I'm just doing it because that's what ended up happening. And again, I'm going to let that dry. Okay, and so the next color I put on is this all silver glitter called Glam Rock. And again, feel free to skip all of these different glitters. And lastly, I'm going to put on this gold one, and this is the most popular one, Midnight Cowboy, which I'm so excited that I have because I've wanted it for so long and it's always sold out. So I'm just going to, in a very thin layer, put that on top. Next, I went into Moonstone and Pearl and popped that into my inner corner. So then I decided, because why not, to put some glitter in that inner corner. So I'm going in with the silver glitter, and I'm just going to go right on top. And I also, because I was being extra and I was just playing, I went in with Grind, and I put some of that in there as well. So now I'm going to throw on my lash glue so it can be drying while I do my lower lash line. So I'm using the Esquito lashes in Lasherette, and I'm also using the Esquito glue, which, can we talk about this packaging? It's so pretty. And I've been using, this is the first time I'm using the lashes, but I've been using the glue for like a month now. I've had these lashes for a while, but I've been waiting to film this video to use them. The glue is amazing. It's amazing. It holds, but it doesn't stick to your lashes forever and a day. And these lashes I'm obsessing over, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, moving to the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this beautiful blue shade here called Midnight, and I'm taking that on a pencil brush. This one is a MAC brush, and like, I don't know if you can see how bent this part is right here. I've had it so long. I've had this brush probably over 10 years. It's crazy. Alright, so I'm just going to pop this on to the lower lash line, and I'm bringing it all the way into the glitter. Right there. And then I'm going to bring it out right there. And I'm just going to build that. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into one dip into Popular and one into Adobe. And I'm just going to buff that out. Don't be afraid to like smoke this baby out. I'm all about a smoky lower lash line. Okay, and then for the waterline, I have two Marc Jacobs eyeliners. Obviously, they're not new, but this is actually the first time I'm using these two colors in particular. I went in with this one, which is Pink of Me. It's a matte baby pink shade here. And then this one here is called Wavelength, and it is a kind of iridescent blue shade. So I've said before that I like to keep my eyes open, so I don't like to line my waterline with dark colors. And this blue is kind of on the dark side, so to balance that out, I'm taking this pink and I'm just going to apply it right in this inner corner, like probably right to here. And that's just going to help keep my eyes looking open, because I really did want to use blue on my waterline because I just felt like it would really bring out the lower lash line color. So then I'm going to just put that in the rest. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm popping on a coat of mascara real quick. And I don't have a new mascara, so I'm just using this one from Burberry that I've been loving. And now for the lashes. So yeah, as I was saying, I love these lashes. They're so comfortable on the eye. You don't even feel them. The lash band is so thin. They're so easy to apply. I'm seriously in love with these lashes. This is my first time trying Esquito, and they may be my new favorite. And I cut them a little too short, a little shorter than I wanted to, but I really like them. Okay, I am obsessed over this look, you guys. I don't know what you think, but I love it for the holidays. This is like almost like New Year's Eve, you know? It's so outside of my comfort zone, outside of the box for me. And then I have all these lip products here. I have a bunch of liquid lippies from Makeup Forever, but all the shades are too dark for this look, I feel like. Ooh, I have this from Bite Beauty, which could be really fun. This is called Eclair. And this is their Amuse Boucher Liquefied Lip. This actually is a contender. I have this double-sided graphic lip crayon that has like a lip liner on one side and a lipstick. That's this right here, and that actually would go nicely, but it's a little darker than I wanted to go. I think I will use the lip liner though. And then I have Butter London's Lush Lip Oil. I have a bunch of those. I've been using Buff, which is this shade here. I know that's shocking, huh? Love this formula though. It's so hydrating. So I have this shade here, which is Dusty Mauve, and I'm going to, you have to press these for like an hour to get the color out. Ooh, there we go. Never mind. That's really, really pretty also. Ooh, I think I'm going to do Eclair, and then I might top it with the Dusty Mauve. That's what I think I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to take that Deck of Scarlet crayon on the lip liner side. I'm just going to line my lips. I like to line and then just fill them in. If I should just go in with the lippy on the other side. Ooh, no, 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 no. Just kidding. I mean, it is really pretty, actually. Might as well. I'm just gonna dot it and blend it. And then, because why not? It's makeup, it's fun. I'm going in with the Bite Beauty Liquefied Lip. This is the shade Eclair. I'm gonna pop that on. right on top. And then I'm going to take the Butter London lip oil. Oh, I love this formula. It's so hydrating, so pretty. Alright, and to set everything in place, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. I've never used this before, so we're going to give it a try. Ooh, I like the mister. It really gets a large area. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I love how it came out so much. So much. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I hate that. I hate sitting down and filming and not knowing the look I'm going to create. I like to know things ahead of time, but it actually worked out for the best. So I just want to recap what I used and my thoughts on the products. The Origins moisturizer, I thought it was nice. I love the way it smells. Does it make my skin look better? Yeah. I mean, I think it looks nice. I like it. Would I use it again? Absolutely. I think it's a product that I'm going to have to use multiple times to know how I really feel about it, because it's a moisturizer. I mean, you can't really use a moisturizer and go, oh my god, it's a miracle. Like, it takes time. The primer, same thing. I think that it did a great job. My foundation went on really great, but I have to wear it and see kind of throughout the day if it helps keep my foundation in place. And so time will only tell with this one as well. So I'm just going to keep using it, and then I will check in with you guys and let you know what I think. If you're not following me on Instagram and Snapchat, make sure you do, because that's where I'll probably tell you if I like these products or not. Hated. Okay, I didn't hate. Hate's a strong word. Let's look. Yeah, I don't like the way that my under eyes look right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the worst I've ever seen my under eyes look, but it's also not the best. It's, you know, like I said, it's $34, and I expect a lot from my concealer, and if I'm going to spend $34 on a concealer, it better be awesome, because Shape Tape isn't even $34. It's like $24. You know what I mean? So I think this is a pass for me. The Becca face palette, obsessed. Love this. I would definitely get this because you get so much bang for your buck. You get so many highlighters. You get 2 blushes. You get 3 highlights and a bronzer. That's amazing. And it's $54. And it's such beautiful packaging. It has a huge mirror. I just think this is a win all the way around. The Pure palette, I loved this. I used 4 shades in the palette. I loved them all. I thought they were very pigmented. They blended out super fast, super easy. This is a great palette to have. There's a lot of colors. There's a lot of looks you can do with this palette. So first impressions, I really like it a lot. The Becca Eye Palette, I really like this, but I don't love it. I'm glad I have it, and I will definitely use it, but would I go out and buy this if it wasn't sent to me? Probably not, for a number of reasons. I mean, this shade here is really, really pigmented, and it's such a pretty gold. And when I swatched them, they all swatch nicely, but I guess I thought that they would be much more shimmery than they actually translated on the eye. But this pearl color I really liked for the inner corner. And then opal, of course, I love opal. It's one of my favorite highlights from Becca, and it's that same shade, so I really, really like that. So I like it, I do, but I can't sit here and tell you guys you need to go get it, because you really don't. You can get shimmery shades that are probably more pigmented, more shimmery in other palettes. The Urban Decay glitters, obsessed. I mean, do I need to say anything? The lashes, Esquito lashes, obsessed with this. This is my new favorite brand. I'm going to have to try all their lashes because I love them. The glue, amazing. Deck of Scarlet lip liner I really liked. The Bite Beauty lipstick I really liked, and the Butter London lip oil, obsessed with that formula. Oh, and the Makeup Forever setting spray, I really liked that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the look. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know if any of these products sparked your interest, if you're interested in trying any, if you have tried any, if you had a different experience or a similar experience. Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you are following me on my social. I am on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My handle is @glamlifehack. latte. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!